Hello. There are approximately 40 major poultry diseases and infections you as a poultry farmer can encounter. 10 are viral infections. 9 are bacterial infections. Fungal infections are 3. Parasitic infections or diseases are 5. Nutritional and metabolic diseases are 5 also. Management and environmental disease or diseases are 8. You can see all these are infections you as a poultry farmer can encounter. Then the main poultry infections you encounter from feed, commercial feed makers, are nutritional and metabolic diseases or infections. These are rickets or calcium and vitamin deficiency, fatty liver syndrome, cirrhosis, vitamin deficiencies, vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin E, and vitamin B complex disease, and gout. All these are poultry infections or health issues you encounter from using commercial feed. Most of all these commercial feed, I'm going to review some secrets, how they make their poultry feed cheaper and boost the growth and weight of your poultry birds with hormonal synthetic boosters. They will use chaff that will cost them little or nothing to produce the feed for you. Add hormone boosters so that once the chicken eat it, they boost their immunity, they boost their growth. They will pump as if they are growing. And when you as a consumer eat this meat, most of them cause some of the infections and hazards you're having in health issues. This one fell, this failure, renal failure, this failure, all over the places. Most of all these infections and diseases are not common during our grandfathers' era. Right now, you can, if you go to hospitals, you see different infections as a result of using these hormonal boosters. And most of them are consumed from poultry and livestock animals, meat. That's where we get most of all these things. You can see a lot of failures now: heart failure, kidney failure, liver failure, genital failure, everything failure everywhere now. These are some of, I don't want to make this kind of video, but I'm forced because some poultry farmers are asking, why is the commercial poultry feed cheaper than do-it-yourself poultry feed? If you go to the market and cut materials by yourself and sew suit, that's even the cost of the tailoring alone may be more expensive than going to buy a ready-made one, bend down boutique. You know that. So some of these commercial feed makers, they use all this chaff, all this waste, like soya bean waste, they use groundnut cake waste, they use pancake cake waste. All these are cheap raw materials. They use maize bran, wheat bran, corn bran, on all this bran everywhere. They use limestone for you, and the limestone is cheaper. These are stones. You see most of all these things in the feed there, and these are cheaper because they know that these products are very cheap. So producing a feed at the lowest rate, let's assume you are in Nigeria, a bag of feed can cost them not more than 5,000 to 6,000 naira, and this feed will be sold for 27,000 naira. Why they add hormonal growth boosters into it? These growth boosters, and they are not natural. Some of them are harmful to human beings. So when you consume the meat, you are consuming these harmful particles of all these things and injecting it into your body system. And most of all these things causes some of the failures we are having today in the hospitals: heart failure, kidney failure, genital failure, infertility everywhere. Most of all these things are causing some of all these things. You don't know. And these are the black side of this particular commercial feed. And that's why it is cheaper. If you buy those materials also and use the same thing they are using, it will be very cheap for you. But you want the best result. You're using organic. Do you know that a seed of ordinary bitter kola alone is sold 200 to 300 naira? Just one seed alone like this. And it's just small onions alone is about 200, 300 naira. Just garlic alone, you know how much? Ginger and all this natural boosters are very expensive. Turmeric, you can see little quantity of turmeric, you can see the cost. All these are very expensive, but the synthetic ones are very cheap. They are cheap and they cause a lot of health issues. So this video is tagged "The Dark Secret of Commercial Poultry Feed." Are you paying with your best health? That's the question. Most of all the things, you buy the feed cheap in the market, then you still pay through the health of your poultry base and your own health also. The best now will start this. Most of all these boosters will cause failures in the health of your poultry birds. You start spending medications. Have you asked yourself, what of all these are local birds? Why most of them stay without any sickness? They move around years, some even live up to 3, 4, 5 years without buying. They will still live longer. Whereas the broiler, when you buy broiler, the boosters in the feed will cause a lot of damage to you, and you continue losing, having higher mortality. You are now paying that cheap feed they made for you in the market, so that they make it in a way that if you want to produce the cheap feed by yourself, your own feed will be too costly. You'll be forced to go and buy the commercial feed. I don't know what I'm saying now. You see that when you want to produce your own, do it yourself feed by yourself with natural plants, without any synthetic hormone booster, it's going to be very expensive. In a way that you start asking, say, why not go and use the money and buy the feed from the market? That's what some people will ask this question. Now, when you buy this feed from the market that is made with hormonal boosters, you give it to your chicken and it will cause a lot of failures in their system. And once they fail, you go back to them again. The same company producing the feed are also producing the medications. You go back and buy the same medication from them. The money go back to their account again, to their own company, and enrich them also. So they are giving you with left hand and collecting it back with the right hand. So you are buying the feed cheaper. The feed will cause failure in the health of poultry birds. You now go and buy a costly medications. They increase the cost of the medication because they know that before you come to buy the medication, you are already having issues with your poultry birds. So they will increase the price of those medications. You are not paying higher for the medications to take care of your poultry birds, and some of the birds will not survive it. You lose some of those birds also. So they are giving you with left hand and collecting with the right hand. They want to make sure that you don't buy the commercial feed, because the commercial feed will be cheaper than the one you make by yourself. So you start asking, say, why am I stressing myself? Why not go and buy the feed from the market? You not go and buy the feed from the market, and you lose most of the birds. Some of you will be crying. You stock 100 birds and you lose 80. 80 will go like that. You are left with only 20. That 20, you didn't make profit at all. And you still buy medication. After buying the medication, they will still buy. That is one thing. And the money have already gone to their own account. They won't send the money back to you. Whether the birds survive or not, it's not their concern. So that's one thing. The same country, the same company produce the feed, the same company hatch the chicken, the same company also sell the medications. They produce the medications and the same money come back to them again. So that's why the commercial feed is cheaper than the one you do by yourself. The one you do yourself can be a bit costly, but you hardly spend money on treating your poultry birds, any infection or any disease at all. They are stronger because they are made of natural plants and they are made of natural feed ingredients. These our grandfathers lived up to 145 years and they still live strong. Some of them move around, some of them even ride bicycle. But young ones now, because of a lot of hormonal consumption of hormones, hormone boosters and other things, you see that a lot of failures in different areas. You go to hospitals, they are spending money, spending this, transplant and everywhere transplant. The transplant plant, the transplant body parts also. All because of hormonal boosters in the feed. Some of the feed particles, some of the things we eat are causing some of these problems. Most of them are from livestock, dairy feed, dairy foods. Some of them are from there. So these are some of the ways they reduce their feed, and you go back and still spend the money on medications. So these are the ways. So this video, you need to open your eyes. The hidden truth about commercial poultry feed. Now, the synthetic growth boosters are they are steroids, hormones and steroids that boost their feed. And little quantity they eat, they will just be pumping them. They grow in 1 week. Whereas if you make your own feed is natural and they grow natural way. And you'll be thinking that the commercial feed is better. No, it cannot be better. because you are going to pay for it also, either with your own head or with the head of your poultry birds. Then there are harmful antibiotics that are already in the feed also. These things cause antibiotic resistance. That's why most of the times we continue treating one infections in poultry and you cannot cure it. The same, it is written on the medication that this can cure it, but it will not cure because already they are resistant to that particular infections. You can hardly cure them. You continue losing your best on daily basis, and you are still spending money on medication. As you spend money on medications, you are still losing your best, and you are going to buy more medications to cure your poultry best also. So these toxic preservatives are chemicals. They are already in the feed already to preserve the feed, so the feed can stay up to 6 months without spoiling. So most of these are harmful. Just like embalmment, they are embalming the feed. That's what it means. And you're consuming the chicken. The chicken consumes it, and you go back and consume the same chicken also. Those things are still in the chicken, and you go back and consume the same chicken also. Low quality fillers instead of real nutrient. They used all these stones, limestones, all these chaffs, and feed the whole feed, and use the booster and add to it so that it will look nice. The chicken will be growing. It causes weak immunity. It causes organ damage. Causes poor digestion. It causes deformity or weak bones. Most of the time you see your birds crawling on the floor. Some of them cannot even walk at all. These are some of the causes of all these hormonal boosters, hormonal balances, and other things also. So these are the reasons why you should make your own feed instead of buying the commercial feed. Yes, the commercial feed may be cheaper. Your own feed may be a bit costly because you know the quality of what you are adding. You're not reducing anything. You're not compromising anything at all. So use natural protein sources like soya bean meal, fish meal, granite cake meal, and others. So incorporate herbal immune boosters like garlic, ginger, moringa, all these scent leaf. All these are very important natural boosters. Reduce dependency on synthetic additives. So this will help you also. And formulate your own feed by yourself. Design a very good feed formula. Formulate your own feed and use the additive instead of the synthetic. These are going to help you also. So with this and others, you need to start making your own feed today and run away from this commercial feed that have hormonal boosters, steroids. Some of these steroids are very dangerous. If you ask me in the comment section, I will tell you some of the names, and they are very bad. It's not something you need to add also. Some of them are they destroy the natural hormones level and weaken the immune system of your poultry birds, thereby making you spending more on medications. They are powerful steroids that affect metabolism and liver function of your poultry birds. They can lead to hormonal imbalance and organ damage and organ failures also at the same time. Some of these antibiotics like tetracycline, tyrosine, enrofloxacin, and chloramphenicol are very dangerous. Chicken consume it. Most of the times you see people in the market, they are selling the chicken and they are still giving the chicken medications on the market. You buy the chicken, go and slaughter it and eat the same medications inside your own body. Then how can you explain that? Is it not dangerous to your own body as a human being also? So that is why you should run away from this commercial feed and concentrate on your own feed. No matter how costly your own feed is going to be, it will grow your breast at a very high speed with all these natural plants also. They're going to grow your breast also. DL-methionine, overuse it can cause metabolic disorders. Lysine that are already in, you can check this leaflet, check their bag, you see it is written there, DL-methionine. All these are boosters, but they can cause disorders in poultry birds also. You have lysine, they cause imbalance and they can lead to poor digestion and kidney stress also. There are other beta agonists like zipatrol. All these are dangerous and bad steroids. They cause liver and kidney damages. They cause hormonal imbalance leading to deformities. They cause weak immune system also, organ failure also. Use organic feed formulation, natural growth boosters, prepare feed management to ensure balanced nutrition. All these are what you need to do for you to run away from this and get the best result. Thank you for watching. Make your own feed. Leave the commercial feed alone. They will come back and start looking for you to come back. Bye for now.